In a small town, there lived a boy named Daniel. He wasn't the smartest in his class, he wasn't the strongest, and he definitely wasn't the most talented. Most people barely noticed him. But Daniel had one habit no one paid 100% attention to. He was a bit of a loner. He didn't have many friends. He didn't have many hobbies. He didn't have many interests. He was just there. But Daniel had one habit no one paid attention to. He showed up every single day. While others talked about their big dreams, Daniel quietly worked on his. When his friends laughed at him for studying on weekends, he opened his books anyway. When they skipped practice because they were too tired, he laced up his shoes and went anyway. Not because he felt motivated, not because he had a shortcut, but because he made a promise to himself to show up. At first, nothing changed. Months passed. Tests were failed. Races were lost. Late at night, he stared at the ceiling and wondered, is this even worth it? But the next morning, he showed up again. Years went by. Something strange began to happen. The small efforts started to compound. The boy who couldn't focus for 10 minutes could now study for hours. The boy who finished last in every race was now finishing second, then first. The difference wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It was repetition. Meanwhile, those with natural talent began to fade. They waited for motivation. They waited to feel ready. They stopped showing up. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline lasts. One day, Daniel stood on a stage receiving an award. People called him gifted. They said, "You're so lucky." He smiled. They never saw the early mornings, the lonely weekends, the quiet sacrifices. They only saw the result, not the repetition. Success didn't come from one big moment. It came from thousands of small ones. The days he didn't feel like it. The days nothing improved. The days no one clapped. He showed up anyway. And that is the secret most people will never understand. Winners aren't always the most talented. They're the ones who refuse to quit on ordinary days. The ones who work when it's boring. The ones who continue when it's invisible. If you want to change your life, don't wait for motivation. Don't wait to feel ready. Decide. Show up. Again, again, again. Because one day the world will call you talented.